let me just work this out. Hang on. We're still working this out. This is the unasked for return here. We're going to have to talk about audio issues. So if you're watching and you can hit me up on audio issues and let me know if there's any problems there. We'll have to see about that. We'll see if anybody jumps in here. I have put out no notifications that I was going to do this. So, I originally did say on the community channel on YouTube that we were going to play some Knights of the Old Republic. However, the streaming service I use to connect the game to YouTube doesn't support that game. So I have to look into a different streaming service. I really hope that the audio is working on this. Hopefully. Okay. As you can see, new microphone that I'm playing out with. So if it's not working, if the audio is not coming through, if there's any issues with the audio, let me know, because we're testing this out first time. All right. Okay. So yeah, I was gonna do Knights of the Old Republic. Couldn't do it with the current system that I have set up, or the current setup that I have. So we'll just have to do this instead. I was originally with Star Wars The Old Republic going to just do the Jedi Knight storyline and explore Jedi philosophy and Jediism through that lens, but I figure why not do all the quests, and that just gives us more material to do that. Alright, so yeah, so that's everything as always per our live streaming. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, if you just want to say hello, if you have another topic you want to talk about, you are welcome to do so. But again, let me know if there's any audio issues and we could try to sort that out. Okay? Alright. Thank you for joining me, if you're joining me. Okay, let's begin.
Ah, you're here. It's a great pleasure to meet one of the Republic's finest. You've earned quite a reputation on Tython, personally ending a threat to the Jedi Temple. Inspiring.
Yeah, sure.
How did you acquire such knowledge?
People in the know stay that way by employing people like me. I represent Venara Kale, Senator of Coruscant. She not only speaks for our capital world in the Galactic Senate, but oversees this planet's government. Senator Kale leads the effort to rebuild what was destroyed during the Sith Empire's invasion. Healing those old wounds has been slow and painful.
Excellent. Thank you, Connor Waterman. I appreciate the heads up on that. All right, where are we at? Leads the efforts to rebuild. Okay. All right, and per usual, Jedi philosophy. Always ask questions if you can. But not this question. Are you requesting donations? And of course, being a jerk is sometimes the fun options, but we're going to be a little diplomatic here. And we're going to seek more knowledge, seek more information, Jedi.
The war's been over a long time. It's hard to believe we're still recovering.
Some wounds run deeper than others. This world faces many a crisis. A shattered infrastructure, a booming refugee population, whole sectors descending into anarchy. All of these hinder the rebuilding. Senator Kale believes you're specially qualified to deal with a dangerous and urgent threat. She'd appreciate the favor of a meeting. Immediately.
Well, technically not part of my mandate, right? But Jedi, especially in the Old Republic, were more boots on the ground, if you will. They're more hands-on, more about rolling up the sleeves, getting dirty up to the elbows. So,
How long have you loitered around the spaceport waiting for my shuttle?
My time is the Senator's time, and I never wait for long. Senator Kale is the greatest leader we've had in decades. She'll not only rebuild this world, but the rest of the Republic with it. Speak to Minister Immo at the Senate Tower. Tell him you're expected. Good luck, and welcome to Coruscant.
Welcome to Coruscant. Well, I've actually been here, but, you know, whatever. But politicians, man. Oh, that's a whole other conversation. We've been doing that on Jedi vs. Society videos anyways, talking about how Jedi and how our philosophy sort of navigates the world and everything like that. So, you know, that's something, it's always a fun topic to work through. So we'll see how this works out. We'll see how a Jedi interacts with a politician of the Galactic Senate. So let's get our butt over there. Because the senator's time's valuable, right? Never mind, we have people waiting for us, but you know, whatever.
Permorati Hivo, Semper Finstjun, Nisan, Dumo Ganyor Nord.
Thank you for coming on short notice. I'm Senator Venara Kale. Forgive my abruptness, but time is a luxury I don't possess. As you may have heard, Coruscant is overwhelmed with refugees fleeing Imperial tyranny. Many have been here since the war. The refugees took over the old galactic market sector, huddling in shops and warehouses that were abandoned during the sacking of Coruscant. They refused to leave.
Now, one of the 5 goals of the Jedi is service as well as defense. We define defense as being a voice for the voiceless. Scary topics, sorry, I'm reading a comment. Connor says, scary topics, politics and religion. Half the fun is traversing them well. Absolutely, that's part of, again, what we were talking about, like the Jedi Circle, right? One of the 5 practices of the Jedi, diplomacy. Diplomacy is navigating those tricky topics and coming to a base understanding. A lot of people get caught up in what those two on politics. They get caught up in the divisiveness and fail to see like the bigger picture of the things that affect us all. We're all usually affected by the same thing. So with this choice here, we're going to go with what's been done to help. And again, we're going to the Jedi Circle. One of the 5 goals, again, service, but one of the other 5 goals is defense, being a voice for the voiceless. So refugees, people suffered by the war. If you watch the new Falcon and Winter Soldier, there's a whole discussion on politics, refugees, displacement, and how governments react to that, and how politicians, handle that, and that sometimes they don't do well. I say sometimes, but yeah, most of the times they don't handle it too well. And it's the common person, it's the person that's in the dirt with them, which again, why Jedi, being hands-on, being proactive, boots on the ground, if you will, helping others, is a needed element, right? Because those are people that are there in the struggle with actual people, not someone living in a cushy penthouse or something that doesn't understand like what's really happening and the real struggles that we have in everyday life.
Is the Republic doing anything to provide for these refugees?
Resources are scarce. There's only so much we can do. As so often happens when fear and poverty dominate, a criminal element has risen to take advantage of the situation. The Migrant Merchants Guild began as a political advocacy group for refugees. Over the years, it transformed into a ruthless and murderous criminal syndicate.
We can go with poor refugees here, but I mean, that's just poor wording, right?
As if these people didn't have enough problems. Now they're being controlled by gangsters.
These criminals exploit the very people their guild allegedly protects. They rule through intimidation and extortion. The Migrant Merchants Guild has grown increasingly hostile and violent. Their criminal enforcers have acquired military-grade weaponry. Earlier today, their thugs took to the streets. They attacked our security personnel, set fires, began rioting. We're facing an armed insurrection.
I see, that's tricky if we set it in today's world where we consider that those are actions often of people not being heard, not just criminals, right? So that can be tricky. Helping, yeah. See, this is my favorite answer right here. Jedi are not police officers. That's something that's misunderstood in Star Wars a lot. A lot of people don't remember that Jedi are not, it was said by Mace Windu, Jedi are not soldiers. But of course we see throughout the Clone Wars that they shift. That's part of the downfall of the Jedi, right? Is that you can't take a spiritual and philosophical path of, betterment and then turn them into soldiers, and then to have them make crucial decisions in war which go against the fundamental teachings of the Jedi. Fundamental teachings of the Jedi is that the Force creates all life, and that everything in the Force is equally balanced. And then you have to choose between taking life and killing life and that kind of thing. That goes against the fundamental teachings. That's where we get our downfall. But Jedi are not police officers. They were never meant to be like a police force. They mediated tough situations. They were diplomats. They tried to resolve situations. And sometimes, for the sake of adventure, because it is an adventure story, those situations get out of hand. But they were never police officers.
With all due respect, Senator, are you sure this requires Jedi intervention?
Your order has been away from Coruscant too long. It's time the Jedi took a direct hand in protecting the Republic capital. For generations, the old galactic market was Coruscant's central trade hub. Its importance isn't merely economic. It's a symbol of the Republic's freedom. The comm channels are jammed. We've lost contact with our security forces. I need your help ending this crisis. The criminals must not win.
Yeah, I mean, we could check it out, but we could check out of all these options, we could check it out, but come on. Jedi are not police. We're not your personal protectors. Get out of here with that nonsense.
I'll focus on saving the people caught in the crossfire.
There we go.
Punishing criminals isn't a Jedi's duty.
There we go.
I suspect they'll punish themselves by attacking you.
Probably
Do
true.
whatever you must to save innocent lives from that criminal filth. Find my security chief, Captain Winborn. He'll help. Good luck.
See? Security chief. Those are the officers. Those are the people in charge. Alright, where are we jumping to? We are going to the old galactic market. Alright, everybody. Welcome. See, we got a couple new people. We'll, if you have anything you want to discuss, as always, per all our live events.
Smell that? Cheap Rhodian ale and desperation. I'd recognize those aromas anywhere.
And, we're always open to conversations. How are you doing out there? What's going on? Have you checked out any new comics lately? Have you been watching the Marvel series? Are you looking forward to the Kenobi series coming out? Alright, we're gonna help out this guy. As I said, we might as well do all the quests we can. Just tuned in at 5:20 a.m. in the morning. That's greetings from Nagoya, Japan. Well, welcome from Nagoya, Japan. That is early. That is too early for me. Good on you. Good on you, man.
I'm desperate, Mal.
I wish I could help, Nick. I really do, but I can't spare the manpower.
Is this what the Republic has been reduced to? Indifference to the suffering of aliens?
Yeah, that's not our way. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna hold real here. I'm gonna hold real quick. I know I do this in my lives a lot, and it's for the people here for the gameplay, it's probably annoying. But, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the Kenobi series. It's definitely gonna be fun. Taran. I'm definitely looking forward to the Kenobi series. I think, I'm always looking forward to anything that's more Jedi, that allows us to see more of that, especially Jedi outside of the Order, like after the Order fell, like outside of that quote-unquote golden era, right, the High Republic, because that is an example of decadence and stagnation kind of leading to a decline. And I feel like we get better Jedi, Taran? I don't know. Sorry. I'm horrible at pronunciations of anything. Anything, so my apologies. But yeah, I always look forward to more Jedi stuff. I think that's I'm looking forward to the Ahsoka series. and the Obi-Wan series, and kind of exploring Jedi philosophy in that manner and such. So, so yeah. All right, let's get this. This is like Karen, but Terran. Like that? Terran? Like Earth? Like that? I'll get it. I'll get it eventually. One of these days. And then I'll forget it by the next stream. Don't worry. And you get to correct me again. It's all fun. Alright, yeah, that's not our way, right? Indifference to the suffering of aliens. It's not our way.
Indifference is not the policy of the Jedi.
Then why defend an organization that ignores its alien citizens? Look around. Do we look happy here? For us, there is no justice. We are ruled over by gangsters who call themselves the Migrant Merchants Guild, while Republic security...
Nick, none of you should be living here. We can't guarantee your safety. You know that.
Our homes were buried under rubble during the war. Not our fault the businessmen here are all crooks.
I mean, capitalism, right? Let's do, that's a conversation. Yeah, there's gonna be an Ahsoka series. They announced that one. When they announced, I don't know, they announced like 10 series that they're gonna do, including of course Bad Batch, and that's already due to come out and all of that. So, but yeah, Ahsoka. I think there's quite a few, but I'm more interested, of course, in the Jedi ones because that's where my focus has always been at. So, you know. Telling someone to calm down, never a wise thing. Remember that in life, Jedi. It's just not going to solve anything. If you want someone to calm down, you don't tell them to calm down. What you do is you present a calm example by bringing your voice down, by bringing, and you can make it pointed. You could be like, okay, what's the issue, right? Like you can bring it down and kind of bring people, like, use the example, right? Set the example, and that can help lead you to where you want to go without being like, please calm down, because that never in the history of humanity has telling someone to calm down actually like calm them down. At least I don't think, right? I don't know. Been out of the loop due to work being extra busy. I bet. What kind of work do you do? But yeah, I've been, likewise, I try to keep an ear to it, but even though I've been busy, I've been trying to, like I've been making time to enjoy, like, nerd stuff. I've been going back to the comic book store recently, like, once a week, to check out a couple comics that I've started following. I'm getting excited for the new Moon Knight series that's going to come out in July. Looking forward to that run. And so I've really kind of made an extra point of creating time, like carving out time just to focus on this kind of like nerdy stuff that I enjoy, because it's just, I don't know, I find it helps for my mental health, man, just to take these breaks and to get away from it. So, but again, we try to help out. Jedi try to help out, but again, be the example, and, you know, help out if you can, and if you can't, then you can't. You know your limitations. That's important, Jedi. Know your limitations. If you can't help out, you can. And in this game, we could definitely help out.
I'm here to help. Is there anything I can do?
I don't know. Things are not well at all, and I do so need someone. The Republic considers us squatters and wants us out. The Migrant Merchants Guild claims to protect us, but all they do is exploit us. Now, the guild has kidnapped my mate Rhea and put her to work as an entertainer. Rhea, forced to dance for the pleasure of scoundrels.
That's serious, because that's what you're talking about there. Forced work, forced labor, that's slavery.
You should have mentioned that earlier. Is kidnapping common?
The guild does whatever it wishes. They are worse than Hutts. Given Republic Security's apathy, what is an honest merchant to do?
Oh, for goodness sake, Nick, give it a rest.
There's no telling what humiliations and depravities Rhea's been forced to endure. My beloved is worth a great deal to me. Bring her back and I'll reward you handsomely.
It's not about the reward. But Shady. So let's see. Worked in the food sector. Freezer work. The big Japanese holiday Golden Week until May 10th has had us working non-stop long days for the past couple of months. That sounds like fun. That sounds like fun. Yeah. It's always good to earn that paycheck, man. Put it to work. If you could take pride in your work, that's important. It's important to take pride in your work. I think that's where the real value is, being able to take pride in your work. But that's really cool that you've been able to help out and stuff like that. That sounds like fun. All right, let's just say all right with this guy. I mean, he's next level. He's a little extra.
I'll handle it.
Thank the ancestors. I cannot express what this means to me. Rhea is being held with the other dancers in the guild headquarters. She's a beautiful Nautilin with lovely green head tresses. I'm sure you'll know her.
Because there's only one Nautilin walking around? Dude, come on. Alright, let's go do this thing. Did I already get that? I did already get that. What the heck? Easy. Okay, let's go do this thing. Oh, right. Gotta talk to this guy first.
Use a lightsaber or two. Good thing we're here.
Alright, let's see what we got.
Cut power to the whole blasted planet if you have to. We can't let those crazies take over the network.
Captain Winborn, Senator Kale said you need backup. What's the situation?
We're getting cut to pieces down here. We're not trained to fight an army of killers. These gangsters are smart, organized, clearly trained off-world. They'll kill thousands. Might even destroy the Senate Tower.
How's that possible?
The Senate Tower is nowhere near this sector.
Scum found themselves a way around that little detail. The gangsters brought slicers to access every network node in the sector. They're trying to take over the automated speeder flight paths. They'll cause thousands of mid-air collisions. It'll rain debris on the Senate Tower like a meteor storm. No telling how many will die.
Remember, the Force creates life. So, a Jedi respects life in all forms, part of the 1999 Jedi Code. I always say that a little different than how it's worded, but same meaning, right? Close enough. And so we're going to protect people as part of defense, right? That's one of the 5 goals of the Jedi Circle. So we're going to defend.
These criminals have gone too far. I'm taking them down.
Best news I've heard all day, Master Jedi. The gangsters have armed patrols guarding the network access points. We need to push them back and manually lock down the terminals. Get enough terminals, and we might just pull this off. My men will back you up. Good luck in there.
Oh, I'm sure they will, buddy. Alright.
You'll live.
Completely forgot. Hey, Skuld. What's going on? Glad you could meet us. Us? I guess us is the right word. We're just stopping some criminals in their path. Saving the day, doing Jedi stuff for the Jedi Circle. Making sure we're acting in accordance to our philosophy. Also trying to see if anybody else is on a nerd kick like I am currently. Or if anybody else is super excited for the Moon Knight series like I am. Not everybody's into comic books. almost ripped my hair out trying to make a potato emoji. I'm fine, it's finished. I made it here. I'm glad you were able to make it. I liked your initial sketches of it. I think it'll be great. I think it'll become one of your most used emojis on your Twitch stream. For those watching, Skuld Cold has Twitch. He plays a variety of games, but also is currently playing Conan. And check her out on Twitch.
You'll live.
That's one of your preferred things. If you got an account there. Or if you want to check out Conan and don't want to play it, and you want to see it, and you want to check it out, you could always watch someone else handle it. We're moving on. We're helping people. But yeah, I like the potato emoji. I look forward to seeing it and making use of it. Especially knowing that it, you know, took some effort. Took some effort. Do that. No. Alright. Moving on. The promotion. Let's see. I don't know if it's ironic or fitting that it was so difficult for me to make a potato. Well, you know.
Someday, let's retire from this Jedi business. Spend the rest of our lives having fun.
I agree with that, Kira. Definitely want to retire from this Jedi business and spend it. You could do both, though. You could do both. You can have fun and be a Jedi. You can go to Mexico, sip on some pina coladas and some margaritas, chill, hang out, have fun, read comics. I missed it. You know, you could do all that stuff, Kira, and still be a Jedi. I promise you. Promise you. But yeah, it's you know, you're creative. You were able to pull it off. I definitely. If I would have tried to make a potato emoji, it probably would have come out looking like the poop emoji, man. It would not have. No. It would not have worked out well. So.
There, good as new.
But yeah, no worries about promotion. You know, if people want to check it out, they should. You're fun. She also does, you know, she dresses up for her streams, unlike me. Am I just, you know, she's a professional. Color contacts, all that good stuff. I really miss that they took these out of the game. The datacrons, the holocrons, where they added permanent, you know, boost to your stats. I understand why they took them out, but I really miss. And I was never good at like finding them all, or no, that's not right. I was really bad at collecting them because all that Super Mario nonsense of trying to like walk up pipes and things like that, I was horrible at that. Let's see, what am I missing? Don't you lie to them about me, professional. Hey, many of the truths we cling to will depend greatly upon our own point of view. You handle your streams professionally much better than me. You actually play the game. There's actually gameplay going on. What was it? Last night you were exploring places, ended up being in places you weren't supposed to be, getting yelled at. I mean, like, that's all fun stuff. Versus me, where I'm gonna stand here facing a wall for like 10 minutes as I talk to people and people watching this for gameplay are going to be very disappointed. So, you know. Also, you are a modern real Jedi. Technically, you are dressed up for this. I mean, I should be wearing my Jedi hoodie. You know, that would be cool. But I don't want to give people the impression like I only wear like one shirt, you know. Gotta pretend I have more clothing than I actually do. You know, look fancy. But yeah, as always, everybody watching, if you have a topic of conversation, or if you have a question, or anything of that nature, you are free to ask. Alright, what else am I doing? Guild Enforcers. Oh, that's right. I gotta go back into that. Hang on, guys. Hang on, guys. I'm gonna go do that side quest. I definitely need more hoodies, yes. For sure. Maybe. I technically actually have a couple other Jedi ones. Like I have a Jedi Academy Online hoodie that I had made. I have a... What else do I have? I have an N7 Mass Effect hoodie. Who else is excited about the N7 Mass Effect? It's Legendary Edition coming out this month. It's May 1st. Happy International Workers' Day, everybody. Unite. Down with the system, yo. Attackers Master. Don't need you. I was not paying attention and someone clean this out. Alright. Some stuff. Also, your mic quality is great and the mechanical keyboard is just love. That's good to know, because I'm glad the mic quality is working. This is my test run for this mic, and I got it in the hopes that we can do better sound quality for the meditation videos, and that way I can go back and kind of clean up a lot of the remaster, right? A lot of the meditation videos that we have on the channel, and then I can do more for like putting the meditations, the better quality. I can put meditations on Insight Timer. We already have a few meditations on Insight Timer, but with better mic quality, we can do better stuff there. We can add in more meditations and get that moving. So if you like our meditations, and again, I'm stopping and staring at a wall here, gameplay wise, I'm very single-minded focused, people. I'm not very good at the at the multitasking. But if you like our meditation videos on YouTube, but you don't have like YouTube Red or Premium or whatever the heck it's called, and want to listen to them without the screen being on, you can go to Insight Timer, download the app Insight Timer, and listen to our meditations. And that way you don't need the screen on, and you don't have to watch a video or anything. It's just the audio, and you can do that. You can do it that way. So that is an option if you like our meditation videos. We will be adding more to them, so we will be doing that. Multitasking is overrated. I agree. If in a world of hunter-gatherers, I'm the hunter. I'm single-focused. I direct, you know. I focus in on a task and I kind of do that one thing. And then if my focus shifts, which it often does, 20 tabs open. So if I'm shifting between tabs, then yeah, my focus directs like fully back onto that thing. So yeah, that's insight into how my brain works, everybody. There's a lot of new people. What is everybody doing over here? There we go. Guild Enforcer. That's what I'm looking for. That's alright. We're not doing anything important anyways. But this was originally why I stuck to just doing the storyline quest for Jedi Knight when I first started streaming, was because, you know, I wasn't sure if people would care about, like, you know, all the running around and stuff like that. Definitely gives time to talk about things, but usually if people are watching this just for the philosophy discussions that we can have in relation to the game and the choices that you get to make within the game, like how does this relate to being a Jedi, things of that nature, and running around doing all these little optional quests doesn't really, you know, doesn't matter, you know, in relation to philosophy. It's actually against Jedi philosophy, really, because you're going out of your way for violence. You know, you're going out of your way to kill people. And for what, right? It's all just for gameplay purposes, for the sake of experience points. And that's why we're here, but, you know. So yeah, but I did want to say that one of the things that I'm going to be doing for the channel is I am going to be, and this is so cliche, so forgive me on this, but I am going to be starting a Patreon. But don't worry, there's only one tier. It's only $1 tier. Not asking for anything like that, but if you like the content that we create and you want it on a regular basis, the idea will be to hopefully eventually get to a point where we can make it full-time, have a regular schedule, and you know, I can focus on that more. And the more the Patreon grows, the more I can cut back on my work hours, and the more that I can focus on books and meditation videos and creating content of that nature. The discussion of philosophy, but more importantly, the application of philosophy, as well as kind of going back to some of our live events on, you know, Jedi Hour or Jedi Study Hour, if you will, where we chop it up into 3 segments of discussion of philosophy for 20 minutes, physical exercise or a physical, you know, physical exercise of some kind, or practice, whether that's, you know, self-defense or some sort of practice, right? For 20 minutes, and then a meditation for 20 minutes. And I'd like to get back to those, but it's all about, you know, right now, making videos and making content on various platforms is, as you know, it is time consuming. And there are only so many hours in the day. And when you work, really, you know, if you work I work as a ranch hand and a kennel attendant at a place. So it's both physically demanding, but also I'm up in my head a lot for creating content and things of that nature. So finally creating a Patreon. Yeah, it's we've been at this thing for what, 6-7 years, something like that. This channel's been up, and it's mainly just been, you know, it's been a hobby, and that's important. Like, I'm not trying to do anything, but people have over the years expressed an interest on supporting the channel and supporting the work that we do, and if we can get to a point where I can focus solely on creating content and writing books and getting them edited properly and really doing a good layout, like a book layout and things of that nature, I think we can really create something together. I think we can really grow it, and I think that we could do so in a way that can reach a lot of people, and we could bring this nerd culture and this like inspiration of world betterment through self-betterment, all wrapped up in, you know, the things that we love, the things that make us happy, whether that's Jediism, Zoism, vampirism, right? Like there's all sorts of things. There's a lot of different things. It's why pages like Nerd Fitness and things like that really took off. It's because if if you can
There, good
tie
as
into
new.
the inspiration, if you could tie into things that people really identify with and inspire them, then it can make a difference. So that's something I definitely would. We'll see where we can go with it. We can see what we do with it. If it turns out to be nothing, then it's nothing. That's fine. I'm not going to change the fact we're still going to make content. We're still going to do this fun stuff. We're still going to talk about nerd stuff. We're still going to talk about philosophy, Jedi versus society. We're still going to do all of that stuff. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing these side quests. I don't need to do them. I really don't. I'm level 70 on a level 17 planet. I really don't need. We are not going to do these in the future, I don't think. You know, I think we'll avoid that in the future. And we'll stick to the decision making and quest. So we can explore the philosophy in a timely manner. You don't have to just listen to me as we run around doing nonsense. But yeah, like I was saying, 50 times over, or you know, at some other time, I am looking forward to the new Moon Knight comic book run that's coming out in July. I don't know if anybody else is. I'm also looking forward to the Mass Effect Legendary Edition that's going to be releasing soon. If I knew how to stream on console, I would do that so you could see me be horrible at that. But I don't know how to do that. And like I sort of know, like obviously because Xbox has like Xbox and PlayStation both have built-in things, but I don't have like cameras hooked up to it or anything like that. Not that you need to see this, my face, you know, you don't need to see all this, but sometimes that adds like a little personal touch. Christopher, you were able to join us. Hello there, General Kenobi. What's going on, my man? Glad you were able to make it. We have someone from Nagoya, or I don't know if they're still here, Taryn, joining us from Nagoya, Japan at whatever 6 o'clock in the morning or something ridiculous. So, hey, glad people could make it. Glad people are showing up. But yeah, if you have, you know, topics of conversation, you have questions, you have comments, you have concerns, you are free to ask. Where am I going? Oh, right, that's right. We are rescuing, what's his name's mate, supposedly. I have time before work tonight, so I figured I'd drop in for some community time. Community time. How are you? I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. Staying busy, working on all sorts of things. And this, I mean, staying busy, right? Like, you know, guess this counts as staying busy too. But yeah, I'm doing all right. Doing okay. Just working on like 50 million projects per usual at once, right? So setting stuff up, and almost 6 a.m. still here. Almost 6 a.m. How are you doing, Christopher? How are you all doing? How are you doing, Taryn, Skuld? How are you guys all doing out there? And community time, yo, if you got a topic, let me know. All right, let's see what's up with this. With this quest, right?
I'm here to see a friend of mine, Ria Delarue.
Thank you for considering Hanera's dance troupe for your entertainment needs. How may I please you this day?
Busy as Opie stands in the dancer's quarters. Hey, you know, Jedi work takes you to all sorts of places. It's fine. It's okay. It's alright. You know? Everybody has a different work atmosphere. It's okay. It's fine. Coffee. Coffee's good. Uh-oh. Did our stream go down? What happened there? I don't know what happened there. I think we got paused or something. I don't know. But, coffee, doing good. Community time. and standing in. Yeah. All right. How may I please you this day? Your mate sent me.
Nick's worried about you. He asked me to get you out of here.
Blast it. I should have known. I'm afraid you've wasted your time. I'm not here against my will.
Please explain. Okay, didn't pause? Alright, maybe it's just me. Maybe maybe it's my own connection. Because I'm following the chat, because I don't see the comments on my computer screen. So I'm watching the comments on my phone, hence why there's probably a big delay between you typing it out and me addressing it, or some sort of delay. But yeah, okay, good to know.
It's okay. You can talk to me.
I'm sorry, I should have told Nick the truth. I was just hoping to spare his feelings. Life with him was miserable. Not only were we barely scraping by, but I was fed up. His jealousy was driving me crazy. He didn't want me talking to anyone or going out. Life here it's better.
Definitely sounds like a toxic relationship, so good on her that she chose to leave it and choose a life for her own. Definitely support that. However, communication is key. But again, some people in life, you know, there are some situations where you can't tell a person like we're done because of how they are, and you know, sometimes lies are necessary to get out of them. Jedi aren't, subterfuge is loud in the Jedi path, so Jedi aren't they're not moral in that sense. They're not going to judge you for telling a lie to get out of a bad situation. You know, that's might be necessary. You got to save that judgment, because you know, some situations require actions that we may not want to do. We may not want to lie, but in order to get out of a toxic and unhealthy relationship, to get away from a person who might be demanding, clingy, or you know, very possessive, you might need to do something of that nature. So we could ask if they prefer it here, but I definitely like, if you can in a relationship tell a person it's over, you should probably just be honest with them and be like, this isn't working, we need to go our separate ways, and then make that clean break. You know, cut off the communication, put on the blocks, you know, and go forward. This is a timely piece of conversation today. How so, Christopher? Let me know.
Your mate probably needs to hear this.
I know, I should have realized he would never just let me go. Could you please tell Nick I'll be shipped off Coruscant? If he thinks I'm gone, he might move on.
Alright, so here we have, now it's been shifted to us. Now she's shifting her lie to us, right? Now it's like, well, can you go lie some more for me? And, well, you know, how do you think? Tell me in the comments, what do you think the Jedi thing here is to do? Should we lie to Nick? Or is the Jedi thing, you know, is the Jedi thing lying for her sake because it seems toxic? Or is the Jedi thing here to just be completely honest and tell, and like be upfront and tell Nick, like, look, dude, she just don't like you. You need to let this go. What do you think is the Jedi response is here? Out of these two options, I'm sending you back, and if that's what you want, obviously you can see there's a dark side choice for I'm sending you back, because that would be forcing someone against their will. You would be enforcing your will upon someone else. You would be taking away their freedom. And of course, when you do that, that's especially in this situation, clearly not in line with Jedi thought.
Stay here. Your secret's safe with me.
Thank you. I appreciate your help. I hope you'll come back and see me under less formal circumstances.
Young lady, I'm old enough to be your father. Knock that off. Let's see. Hey, greetings, everybody. Yeah, talk amongst. What do you think? It is her decision, and she may need help, but a Jedi lying seems wrong. But again, not the Jedi's relationship, so he can't decide for her. Very true, Skuld. Christopher. My most recent relationship was toxic beyond belief, and was clingy and unhealthy. I just had to let go and move on. Come to find out, I was being lied to the entire time. That's always tough. That's always tough. You know, discovering that kind of information and being in those kind of relationships. I think once you've had a certain number of relationships or gotten to a certain age, depending, you know, once you've lived that kind of life, like a lot of people, everybody I know that's really has a dating history, if you will, has been in a unhealthy and toxic relationship at some point. And sometimes, you know, I know for me, like, I was in a equally unhealthy relationship when I was younger, where we both were not good mentally. Like, we both had, you know, like things we were struggling with. Like, I was struggling with depression and anxiety, but I didn't know it, and I didn't know my coping, and I was using really bad coping mechanisms, and so I was not a healthy partner in that relationship. But likewise, she was dealing with her own things too, and wasn't recognizing that, and also was not healthy and good, and it was just a bad combination, right? And yeah, being in those things is being, you know, it's tough. It's a very difficult situation to be in, and once if you can recognize it, once you see that your boundaries are not being respected, your autonomy is not being respected, that you yourself as the individual you are, and maybe where you want to go, how you want to grow, if none of that's being respected, you definitely have to have that self-respect yourself to make that tough decision, to make that choice to walk away and be what some people consider brutal about it sometimes, where you have to cut cords cleanly, and you have to just be like, boom, we are done, and we're not gonna play this, oh, we're gonna be friends thing. We're not gonna do that. Like, this is just not healthy. Maybe in 5 to 10 years, when we've like worked through all this, maybe then, if we've both grown, maybe then, you know. But yeah, that's one of the things. One of my last few relationships was toxic as hell, in different ways. But I'm in a very good space now. That's good. And that's what you have to do, right? What I had to do. I got out of one a few years back, 3 years back, I guess. I had a toxic relationship that ended, and it set me back some. You know, because I was actually in a good space prior, and then being in a relationship with a toxic person had its negative consequences on me, and I had to once again rebuild that foundation. So those kind of relationships, these toxic relationships, are really tough to navigate in doing that. But yeah, being in there and going through those things, it's really tough. But if you can look back and you can grow from it, and you can recognize the signs for any future things, so that way you can pick a better partner in the future. Like for me, my relationship now is 100%. It's like very supportive. There's clear communication. There's autonomy. There's debates on just other things, like we talk it out and we talk through it and we explain ourselves and things like that. Like and we're both having to grow from toxic relationships and toxic exes that really left their mark on us, and so yeah, it's a tough situation to go through, and I'm glad you're out of it though. I'm glad you were able to move on and move forward, because that's always tough. And we'll see how we approach that. Let's get rid of this one. This one's a bit more clean cut on the Jedi philosophy.
My men can't believe you took on all those gangsters and lived. You're a blasted hero, you know that? With the network terminals locked down, the speeder traffic is secure. Now, all that's left is pushing out those gangsters for good.
There was some kind of encrypted message on the network. Looks like a recording.
Let me see that. It's an old Migrant Merchants Guild code. Think I can decrypt it. Here we go.
You accepted our friendship, Senator Kale, and credits. It's time you paid us back. All we want are the housing projects you promised our people now.
Your people will have to wait their turn like everyone else. I owe you nothing. If you continue pushing me, I'll destroy you all.
Well, all politicians, right? Never trust. Obi-Wan Kenobi was very right in his distrust of politicians. Qui-Gon Jinn was very much the same way, distrusted politicians. So, yeah. Jedi and politics, man. They do not... Jedi, what's funny is if you look at the Jedi Order, and we have a video coming up on this on Jedi vs. Society, which discusses capitalism and nature, but because when you look at Star Wars, especially the prequels, the Jedi have a very clear, more socialist kind of dynamic going on, the way that they operate, but then the Republic operates on a very much more capitalistic thing with the banking clan and the trade federation and their autonomy and the way that they are allowed to act throughout the galaxy and with the Republic. You can see this clear divergence of ideological methodology here. You're seeing clearly different politics that did work together for a long time, but at the same time there was gonna be a falling out of eventually. I mean, that just could not have lasted forever. So, and yeah, we can get into that at another time. But politicians, don't believe them.
Senator Kale and the Migrant Merchants Guild are at war? That's what this was all about?
Your extortion attempt has failed. My people are pushing back your little army as we speak. It's over.
Nobody breaks a deal with us, Senator. We'll have what we want one way or another.
This is way above my pay grade. I'm not destroying the reputation of Coruscant's most popular politician. Take the recording. I don't want it.
Technically, you are not ruining her reputation because she ruined her reputation. Like, you're not ruining it. If someone's lying, you don't ruin someone's reputation by revealing the truth. They ruin their reputation by doing the act in the first place, So yeah, I distrust politicians. Man rules man to his own injury, and politicians tend more to be interested in maintaining their seats of power than earning them with deeds. Here's one of the things that I look at. If you want to talk about politicians, one of the best examples of the problem with politicians especially in the United States, and this isn't a bend. This isn't I don't care about the colors, right? I don't care about blue versus red. I think it's a dumb system to begin with. But you look at Mitch McConnell, who makes $27 million a year, but if you go out throughout his career, more than once he's been in a vote of senators to increase Congress's pay. So here's a person earning $27 million a year, which he makes more in a month than most people make in an entire year, and he's been in votes to increase the pay, to increase how much Congress gets of the people's money for their salary. And I mean, if that's not broken politics, then I don't know what is, because one, they shouldn't be making any more than their constituents. If you represent a certain class of people, like let's take the President of the United States for example, the President of the United States should not be making more than the median individual income of the United States, meaning the average citizen. What does the average citizen make per year? That's what the president should be making. Same with senators, same with congressmen, same with anybody, House of Representatives. Whatever district you represent, you should be making the median income of the people you represent, because how else are you going to know their struggles? How else are you going to know what you are demanding that they live upon? How are you going to argue a living wage while you're sitting there making 6 figures a year, living and flying on private jets and stuff, when the average person they're nowhere near that. They're nowhere near that. The median household income in the United States, the median household income, meaning it's usually 2 people, is around $60,000 a year. $60,000 a year. And that's usually 2 people. That's the median household income of the United States. And yet, governors, senators, and the president all make 6 figures per year. They don't know the struggle, so they shouldn't be making that, man. They shouldn't be making it. So yeah, it's $27 million. That hello, I'm not going to be able to pronounce that screen name. I'm not going to try. But hello, I'm glad you could join us. Sorry I was on a rant. I'm sorry. Let's get back to this. $27 million a year. Yeah, it's a ridiculous thing. It was a while ago. A few months ago, I put out a meme that broke down the whole math of Mitch McConnell's pay. But okay, so enough ranting there. Yeah, I can go off for days on that subject. Let's get back to this, because we still have that quest to finish up on toxic relationships and whether or not we should lie for someone else. Okay, and this person has an obligation. You are not ruining another person's reputation if they ruin it themselves.
When you wear that uniform, you're upholding the Republic's ideals: freedom, integrity, and honesty.
Bam.
There's nobody more qualified to handle this than you, Jedi. I know you'll find the truth. Senator Kale has done great things for Coruscant. She's a good woman. Give her a chance. My men and I will stay down here. You should go back to the Senate Tower.
Alright, Jedi. That's another one. We got another one coming up. Do we lie? Do we lie for a politician who's quote-unquote done good things for the people? Alright, so here's our first. We're going to try our first one. Both of these quests are about lying. Whether or not we should take on another person's lie. So first, let's finish this one up. Toxic relationship. Here we go.
You're back! Did you find Rhea? What happened?
Alright, so we can lie. She's dead. That's mean. She's gone. She's leaving you, which is the truth, right? She's gone is technically the truth. That's one of those technicalities. That's where you're bending things. You're dead, or she's dead is just straight up. I don't know. I don't even know where that's coming from. Man, she's leaving you. Yeah, you're done. She's leaving you. We'll pass on the message.
She doesn't want to see you anymore, Nick.
What are you saying? This can't be. Someone must be coercing her.
Not my problem. You can't take on the problem and then try to wash your hands of the problem. As soon as you stepped in, you made it your problem. So, no, this is what she wants, and you gotta do.
No one's coercing her. She made her choice, and you have to accept that.
My Rhea, my beautiful beloved, why do the ancestors punish me so? I suppose we should settle up, despite the fact that you failed to bring my beloved back. This is yours.
It's a Polish name. Awesome. Greetings from Germany. As Terran knows, I had trouble pronouncing Terran. So that's I'm really horrible with names in general. But greetings from Germany. Hey, I'm glad. What time is it in Germany? We got someone in Japan right now at 6 a.m. What time is it in Germany? Right now I'm chilling at 2 o'clock here in California. Technically, a Jedi lie when necessary in movies anyway. Qui-Gon lied about owning Anakin's pod. He lied to further the mission to save the Queen of Naboo. It's written in the Jedi rules of behavior that Jedi are allowed subterfuge. Like that's one of the things that you know, it's written in there. Now our choice is how much of a jerk do we want to be? Because this person made it all about him, right? You tell him she wants it. Oh, why am I being punished? It's not about you, Nick. It's not about you. I wish it had worked out, though.
I'm sorry it didn't happen as you hoped.
I must take heart. At least you tried. Thank you and farewell.
Alright, yeah, farewell. Get out of here, buddy. I miss playing this game. I could maybe get back into it. VR has my soul. Have you been playing Beat Saber on VR? I've been really contemplating. I'm not good with VR though. I'm really not. I get motion sickness, and VR's just not good for me. But I really want to play Beat Saber, man. I love that game. Yeah, Nagoya, Japan. I don't know if I said this before, but I went to Nagoya Castle. I've been out there. I've visited Nagoya before. I had fun out there. Base Jedi, hello everybody. 5:15 for me in Massachusetts. 11 p.m. out in Germany. All right. So good. Let me know if this kind of time works for all of you. I used the dojo in Vader. Oh, that's cool. That sounds cool. I saw the Star Wars VR. Yeah, I saw that one too. I definitely, that was another one I was like, I want to do it, but I just don't know if, I need to try it out first to see if if I can handle it. Because if I sit too close to my TV, I can only play video games for so long. I start getting like lightheaded and such. It's bad. So, all right, where are we turning? What are we turning stuff? We're turning stuff in, right? Okay, turn that in. And we're turning to the minister. Okay. But yeah. One needn't lie. One can always say nothing. You can leave things to assume. That's correct. You can let people make their own assumptions and just not correct them. Yeah. We are not responsible for the assumptions of others. Very true. That's the Jedi rules of behavior. Very well done, Taryn. Yeah, that's it. 317 for me for base Jedi. Brightness, eye stuff. Google it and try it. Yeah, once I find like a place where I can try it.
Vehicle are currently open for business.
Not race to the ruins. Where am I going? This is where I'm going.
Have a safe and pleasant
Once I can try VR, find a place that I can try VR, like, you know, see if it works for me, then, you know, I'll take a look at it. But it's kind of on the back burner of stuff for sure. But yeah. Let's see, Massachusetts. I was born in Cambridge, grew up in Boston area. But yeah, I'll always throw out, no need to think, I'll always throw out props to anybody who knows good old Jedi philosophy. One of the times I went to a Jedi gathering, and I was on this council to determine knighthood and such, so I came up with this test, and it was just a basic average test of how well do you know Jedi text, how well do you know Jedi philosophy. And like every single person up for knighthood, I kept failing them because they just didn't know things like the Jedi rules of behavior, the Jedi code, the Jedi circle, those things. They just did not know them to any intimate degree. And like, how are you gonna be a Jedi if you don't know you know, basic Jedi philosophy? You're gonna be a Jedi teacher, you're gonna be a Jedi Knight and not know like the Jedi rules of behavior. Be like, I never heard of that. Okay. Oops, went the wrong way. Too busy yakking, too busy complaining. But yeah, you know, you gotta know that stuff. It's important. So yeah, Jedi are allowed subterfuge. They are allowed, you know, are allowed to let people assume things. It's great. I'm loving the chat right now. I'm loving the chat right now. Good stuff. Alright. Now we have another lie. Are we going to lie for someone else? Are we going to lie for a politician? Right? That's a question. Toxic relationship is one thing.
That will be all, Minister. Dismissed. Captain Winborn contacted me. You thwarted an attack that would have killed thousands. You have my gratitude. Unfortunately, you also have a holo recording I would like destroyed. Its contents will only cause harm.
Its contents will only cause harm. It's interesting. Well, technically true. I don't see any good that comes from that. That is technically true. I don't see any benefit to it. I don't think it helps people in any sort of way. I don't think it saves lives to uncover the truth. But is this the game with Darth Treya? No. That would be Knights of the Old Republic 2, which I was originally going to stream Knights of the Old Republic, the first game, and then maybe the second game. And the reason I was going to do that was because they're working on a remake right now. I don't know if any of you guys know, or how, like, if you guys watch, like, stay tuned into that, but they currently are working on a remake, or a remake. Well, I think it's a remake, because they're saying they're taking both elements of both games to Knights of the Old Republic. So they're remaking the game, and they're going to update it, and I thought it would be really cool to play through the original. But Knights of the Old Republic 2 is where Darth Treya comes from. And she's the one that you can never make happy no matter what. It doesn't matter what side you flow towards. It doesn't matter if you're dark side, light side, whatever points you want to make. She will berate you no matter what. You are not going to win brownie points with her. But yeah, I was going to do that, but I couldn't, with the streaming setup that I have, I was not able to stream Knights of the Old Republic, so we went on to this one instead. You dealt with gangsters. It will only cause harm, huh? Well, you dealt with gangsters.
You committed a crime, Senator. Do you really expect to get away with it?
There's so much you don't understand about the situation.
Oh, is it?
The Jedi Order left us to rebuild Coruscant alone. My opponent in the elections was a vile man. Lazy, stupid, and corrupt.
Sounds
He wasn't
like a
interested in
politician.
building, only taking. I had to win. But I didn't possess as much wealth as he did. When those gangsters approached me, I accepted their donation, and I'd do it again.
Now, here's my thing. One, in American politics, money plays a small part. It's actually one of the lies that is perpetuated to keep everyday people from running for office. If you wanted to run for president of the United States, you do have to spend a certain amount of money before you can even officially declare yourself a candidate. You have to spend $5,000 specifically on campaign political stuff for president before you can declare your presidency officially, before you can even be considered to be put on the ballot. You have to spend $5,000. Most Americans that are just trying to get by don't really have $5,000 just to throw away on that. The other part of money in American politics is buying up ad space and getting your name out there. That's the other part of quote-unquote needing money, which you can actually, that $5,000 can actually go towards that advertisement and those ads. But if you have that, then and then you have to be of a certain age, and you have to be a citizen of the United States, clearly. But if you have those things, boom, you can run. This idea that you always need money to run is perpetuated to actually keep the working class from just running themselves, right? Because, oh, well, do you have a college degree? What have you done? Have you served in the military? Like all these other unwritten requirements. How much money do you have? How much, you need money to run. You need money to run. No, you don't. No, you don't. That's to keep people down. You need so much money to run, right? But it's not as much as people think. This idea that you have to take money. But that said, let's assume you ran for president, or I ran for president, right? And like Nestle or some big time corporations like, hey, we're gonna donate to your campaign. I wouldn't say no, right? You take that money, you run with it, and then you use that money for good. Like once you like, all right, I'll take your dirty money, and then I'll do some good with it, right? It's understandable. It's something that's how does that fit in with Jedi philosophy? Where does that fit in on things? I think if you provide service, if you meet the 5 goals of the Jedi, then you are working with that. Now, there's a way to, but then you need to stop kind of like the injustice that happens through that money, right? The reason why big corporations have money and things like that, it would be a hornet's nest. It probably wouldn't work out well. But this idea that you need money to run, I feel is kind of a perpetuated myth that's perpetuated by people up there, and then people below just believe it because they've never actually tried to run. They've never actually looked into what would it take for myself to become thing, and because they've never looked into it, they just believe the people at the top that you need money. Nah. 5 goals. The 5 goals of the Jedi comes from the Jedi Circle. So the Jedi Circle has 5 practices of the Jedi, 5 tenets of the Jedi, 5 truths, and then 5 virtues, and then 5 goals. So those are the things that that we base like a Jedi philosophy upon. So when I say 5 goals or 5 practices or something of that nature, I'm referring to the Jedi Circle. Darth Treya wants you to stay neutral and not flow towards light or dark, which is virtually impossible because most of your actions shift. Well, not only that, like her conversation choices, like your choices are limited, and she doesn't even want you to be neutral. She wants you to tear down the Force. She wants you to destroy it. She wants that void to destroy the Force. She wants the Force destroyed. Like she wants that echo, that emptiness to permeate. She basically, and that was part of Darth Nihilus, that he's empty and he's hollow and he just consumes Force essence, and that was like another thing. Speaking of money, here's some rules to support draft. Base Jedi. Ah, man. Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Speaking of, look, we're going to be I'm going to open up a Patreon. I'll get you guys a thing so you don't, so I appreciate that. I'm going to open up Patreon so we can start doing books and the meditation videos and start getting that content flowing on a more constant basis. So we're doing this more constantly, and hopefully can get to a point. My dream would be able to eventually do this full time. That's a delusion of grandeur dream, right? But I think we could produce meditations, philosophy videos, videos like this on a constant basis, and do it for that. Like, so I'll set up a Patreon so you guys can do that. I really appreciate that. It would definitely be less than that. It would definitely be less rubles than that. But thank you very much. I appreciate that. Base Jedi. Thank you. Yeah, that's always humbling. It's very humbling. I appreciate that. One of the book ideas, it's further down the line, would be an updated version of the Jedi Circle book, which would expand it more. But there we
The people choose their leaders by popular vote.
Here we go.
What difference did it make how many credits you had?
Don't be naive. Wealth can purchase influence, and influence sways popular opinion. My opponent understood that too well. I stole from those criminals to rebuild Coruscant for its people. Set things right. I'll bring the Migrant Merchants Guild to justice.
Sure.
You hold the power to ensure my success. Let me finish healing this world. Please, destroy that recording.
Alright, before we make this decision, Christopher throwing out some Republic credits as well. Thank you. I appreciate that. I do. Save your money, man. Come on. Get on the Patreon. Get on the Patreon. Yeah. Yeah, I would look to have I will look to have a setup and a schedule and better, editing. If I can do it full time, then I can actually sit down, edit the videos, add more quality, add in more cuts, make it more fun, make our videos much more fun and do things that way. And I would like to do that. So I would definitely, it's definitely something I want to do. It's definitely something I would like to do with my new setup and the new mic. We can do, I'm going to go through and redo some of the meditation videos. We're going to put out more meditations on the Insight Timer app. If you have the app or you want a meditation app, you can get Insight Timer and look up Opie Macleod or Jedi Living, and that will lead you to our meditation videos that we have up there. I'm going to add some more because, new mic, that the sound quality is obviously working, so we're going to do that. But Christopher, thank you very much. That's a shout out to you, Base Jedi and Christopher. I truly appreciate it. Thank you very much for your donations. As I said, it's always humbling and it's always something. Yeah, this is something I definitely want to do, and I think we can do good things. We have book ideas. I already have books being worked on. If I could show you right now my screen, there's already books being worked on and everything like that. And so we have stuff coming. There is material coming, and yeah, so that's gonna be in there. And there we. Okay, all right. And Skuld Cold coming in with another. Thank you very much, Skuld. You're silly. Don't think I won't get you back on your Twitch. Don't think I won't. I'll sub for another month. So thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Again, it's very humbling. But we're going to do the Patreon. All right, we're going to do that Patreon. You can do that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm taking the dark side out. I'm going to jump back into this because we're going to end this stream coming up, but I'm going to jump into the dark side option here because of, and here's the Jedi logic of it. It tells you this is a dark side option because no, the truth must come out, but we kind of touched on it before. Who does the recording hurt? Well, it hurts the senator, it harms the senator, and it gives power to the Migrant Merchants Guild, which we have seen, and we were there, where they were dominating the refugee sector. So they were hurting people. They were hurting your average citizen. They were hurting these refugees. And by giving them more power, you continue that hurt. If we can remove that criminal element. And this is one of choosing your lesser evils. Now, we're not Geralt. We're not the Witcher here. We don't get to just wash our hands and be like, choosing the lesser of two evils is still choosing an evil, so I choose neither, right? And we saw how well that worked out for him. But whether you read the books, played the game, or watched the series on Netflix, it always kind of works out the same for him when he takes that action. So we're gonna destroy the recording, but not for her sake, and no one cares about her politicians, but if you're gonna try to do something, then you have to think of the greater good. One of the Jedi ethics, Jedi intent plus Jedi action equals Jedi outcome. This is the Jedi method. And that's what we're going to work with here, because we want to work off the ethic, the utilitarian idea of ethics here, where the greatest good for the greatest number is kind of what we want to work with here for this situation. So we're going to destroy it, okay? And that's why. So dark side, telling the truth just to tell the truth is harmful. And it doesn't, what does it do? It accomplishes nothing. By telling the truth just to tell the truth, we've accomplished nothing. By destroying the recording, she has to live with her actions, and she has to make it up to the people. That's on her. That's on her. It kind of bothers me that some Star Wars channels are so huge, but they don't offer the Jedi Insights Opie channels does. Hey, thank you. Yeah, I figure once I set up a schedule, we could probably start digging into topics better and digging into. We'll probably dig into the Kenobi series. Has my audio gone bad? It's gone all staticky, huh? Okay. Well, we're gonna end it up. We're gonna wrap it up anyways. And we'll try to work it. I may have just been running it too long or something. So we'll work on that. We'll work on the audio. All right. Let's just do this.
You're all clear, Senator.
Thank you. I won't forget what you've done for me. For Coruscant.
If you need help making this world strong, I'll always be here.
You're a true friend and patriot. I'll see to it you're properly recognized for your heroism in the old galactic market. Farewell.
Yeah, I had that on my original audio as well. That's one of the reasons why I've tried to move around different mics. I've tried different mics to try to resolve the issue. Supposedly it was working good earlier. But we'll look into it. We'll see what happens. Might be just a time thing. It might just be a resource issue. But we'll look into it. I'm gonna call it here anyways. We've been at this thing for I don't even know how long. And that way we don't have to worry about it. And we can always hit it up again. I actually have a book. Staticky underwatery. Alright. I actually have a book that we're gonna do a review on, and this is the book. Check it out. Look at this. We're gonna do a review on this book. We're gonna do a review on this book. Check it. Look at this thing. Look at this. So we're gonna do a review on this book. I think we'll do it tomorrow. It's The Tiny Book of Jedi. You could actually purchase this right now. It's obviously not mine. If I could make one, I would totally do it though. This is awesome. And we're going to do a book review on this tomorrow. We'll do a live book review. And we'll probably, maybe I'll see about doing it around the same time, huh? Maybe around 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock, so at 6 a.m. in Nagoya, Japan. 11 p.m. Germany, and 5 p.m. East Coast time. If that works for you guys, if it works, let me know. If that works, let me know, and then we'll do that, and that way we could do discussions, and we could see and we could test out this audio a little bit more. We we could test out this audio a little bit more and see how that works. Sound good, everybody? All right. Let's see what we got. We got. It's adorable. It is, and we'll dig into it tomorrow. We'll dig into it tomorrow for sure. I might be a few minutes late. That's all good. I never start on time anyways. It works absolutely for me. Okay, let me make sure. Okay. I got tomorrow off, so perhaps. All right. Okay. All right, Taryn. Good. All right. Hopefully everybody will be able to make it, and we can do that. And then I'll throw out throw out some Patreon links or something. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate you guys joining me and being active in the chat and exploring Jedi philosophy with me and the game. Sorry for the audio doing whatever it's doing. Try to work on that. Thank you again. Thank you for the donations, Christopher, Base Jedi, and Skuld Cold. I do appreciate it. It's humbling. We're going to work on that. May the Force be with you. Everybody, may the First be with you. This is the May. And we'll... Alright, I'm out of here. Wait. I'm going. We're signing off. I'm out of here.